Hello again and welcome. 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 This is Modern American Gangster, and this 1 year news and current events anniversary show. So we have been doing these news and current events videos for 1 year to the day on the 13th of December. Now that's when I did my very first news update. Before that, I was just doing mainly my documentary style videos. And then I decided, I think there was drones flying over New Jersey and the East Coast, and that was causing people to freak out. So I went online, I jumped online, I set up this set real quick and got a quick video. And since then, these news and current events videos have become a staple of the modern American gangster page. And it's been a year. They haven't really took off like I thought they would, but we're still pushing forward. And then I had a bunch of shows locked in. I think we have done 27 news and current event shows over the last year. And now we are coming to the end of the 1 year marker. So pretty crazy times, reflecting. I want to play some clips from all the shows and show people just kind of how far we've come in just a very short amount of time with zero funding and no resources. So it's been a hard road. I'm hoping at some point we get some kind of financial backing or sponsorships or something so that we can continue to bring this type of content and decoded reality and information connecting to the controllers and how all this stuff kind of comes together. It's I got a whole bunch of new ideas. And looking back at our first videos, how we started with just the basic ideas of trying to get the information out, and we build off of that idea moving into 2026, and how we have really kind of mastered this kind of content. I want to go forward and in 2026 do a new type of show. um I do like doing these news and current events videos, but I definitely think there's always room to try new things, try new characters, get new people out and about. And, it's a hard road doing this kind of stuff when it's so contrary to the general public and the NPC people. But you watch how the general public people just fall for one scam after another after another. They never question anything. And, we trying to plant the seeds to get people to question things is kind of how you get them to escape the matrix. Is the matrix is conquered by asking questions. building off of the information that you learn trying to answer the questions that these people don't even acknowledge. So moving forward, it's going to be a slow kind of end of the year. I do have another big kind of surprise planned for kind of the end of the year. You'll see more on that maybe at the end of this video, but I do have one more big thing kind of planned for the end of the year. I have two or three more parts to the What Really Happened documentary that I did to release, which I'm going to probably try to get those out towards the end of the month and moving into next month. I have another best of news and current events, volume 6, episodes 22 through 25. So that's already on Patreon, and you can already get the downloaded audio version too if you want to have like a podcast kind of version. That'll be coming out very soon, as well as my end of the year special that I'm working on right now with Mr. Sockavello himself. I was hoping maybe Mr. Sockavello would call in and maybe I can give him a call and see about his thoughts on the past year recipes and content that we've been creating. Maybe get his ideas on the new format of the new show that is coming very soon. So I want to play some clips from the first shows, and it's gonna be just kind of rapid fire, but you can see how when we started just kind of figuring out how we wanted to do it, how we want the set to look, and the feel of the show, and kind of how we put all that together. So I'm going to play some clips. I hope you guys enjoy, and I will see you at the end of the. This directly connects to their Operation Bluebeam or their Skybeam event, which they are getting ready to trigger in order to usher in their new world order. We will not tolerate the deception from our Zionist occupied government. Together we will unmask this horrible plot to enslave humanity and to keep us all a slave race for the Zionist occupied government and the lizard people or the reptilian race who are feeding off us from birth to death like a parasitic race of degenerate insects. We will fight these drones, these UFOs, anything that tries to stand in the way of our great awakening. We will defeat them. Now they are going to be doing massive cuts in order to replace the fraudulent government with artificial intelligence. Now, this is how the New World Order operates. The New World Order will be controlled by artificial intelligence. And anyone who has followed this research can see that artificial intelligence is the collective consciousness of Satan or the evil aspects of humanity with connections to the black goo substance. And there are lots of tards in there wearing masks and just, they all look like they're just so stressed out, average people. But they just accelerate their behavior more so they never have to face it or realize it. So everybody's moving around crazy, and this is a way they never have to face the truth or the problems that we're all facing. It's our duty to overthrow this New World Order government, which is a Zionist World Order government. Now, we don't know, but we are 7 days out, and so far 2025 has not looked good, and it's not looking good going forward. So this is more of our money goes to these countries for aid, and they take our money and send it to these other countries, which goes to Israel. And where does the money go? Now, people don't want to acknowledge this, but I'll tell you where this money goes. It goes out of our realm to these other colonies on the other side of the ice wall, New Schwabenland and all this stuff. They have backup plans where they're funneling resources into supplies into their underground bunkers and basements and stuff. And they're getting ready for the spigots to be turned off because the BRICS countries, when you have physical gold backing your currency, all this shit ends because it's a lot easier to transfer $40 billion in ones and zeros and just steal all this money. The same with Zelensky in Ukraine. Supposedly, he says now that three-quarters of this money never went to Ukraine. It goes into an account and it gets funneled off and goes who knows where. And we have to completely kill all these people, execute them for crimes against humanity, pedophilia, child rape, whatever the numerous crimes that these same people are involved in. Unless you punish them and get rid of them, nothing is ever going to change. But they are still sending 2,000-pound bombs and money and faith and all this stuff to Israel. Now, people are asking why are they doing this? And people need to think to themselves, why are they sending United States Federal Reserve banking notes or dollars to Israel? Now, in order to answer this question, people should ask who runs and controls the Federal Reserve banks? And the answer would be Jews, Israel, the Khazarian Mafia, whatever you want to call them. But it's their bank and their money. So if you want to get rid of them, the only possible way to get rid of these parasitic people is to change the monetary system to the asset-backed new system that's on the way, which is the gold, silver, assets, and things like that. Now, it's very hard to understand what the fuck do these Jews have on every single person in the world, and yet they steal our aid money, and this goes to fully destroy our realm or world. I don't understand it. It definitely is something else going on other than the fact that just these politicians are blackmailed on some sex trafficking island. There's got to be another massive piece of the puzzle here that people aren't seeing. Now, more disclosures are happening in the way of lizard people and reptilians. Now, do these reptilians have a stranglehold on the government? Are they the ones secretly pulling the strings behind the scenes? Is artificial intelligence playing a part here? It's very interesting when you see that these people who are so corrupt and they have been behind every horrible thing that pretty much has happened in our new reset historical timeline, and people can't do anything about it. Then Trump says they're going to end FEMA and stop funding the Federal Emergency Management Agency. Now, if they end up doing this, that's going to be a big win because the New World Order takeover will be conducted as a FEMA operation. So they declare some COVID emergency or some other kind of pandemic. This could also be when they activate their 5G death towers in order to cause this awakening of spores within the vaccine that are contained within the graphene, and you have the zombie outbreak start. Okay, then the FEMA would get special emergency powers in which they can round up citizens and put them into the Walmart FEMA camps, if you will. And then this goes hand in glove with the Project Bluebeam deception. Now, they just announced that they have 2 cases of Ebola outbreak in New York City. And when the bird flu doesn't work, the COVID doesn't work, all their other deceptions quit working. The only answer is get something bigger and bigger and bigger, which is this Ebola, and the Ebola will then connect to the Marburg disease, which is the rabid, 28 days later, rabid population of the vaccinated people who become activated and angry, and they start attacking the non-vaccinated. Now, how that works is when you understand this connects to nanotechnology, Bluetooth signals, and 5G, anyone who has a Bluetooth signal will not be targeted. But they will go out of their way, these vaccinated crazy people, to attack those who are not vaccinated. And it's another way of weakening the population because the only people getting attacked and violently murdered in the street are the non-vaccinated because they do not have the Bluetooth signals, the Epstein files. Now they're going to keep teasing this and teasing it and teasing it, and then they're going to start releasing the names. Now, when the names come out, they're going to then give extra time so that people who are mentioned can come up with some kind of a press release in order to bring plausible deniability to the situation. Now, some people flew on the plane, and some people met him a few times and stayed at his apartment, and it was just everything was innocent. Nothing was going on untoward or anything like that. But when you understand this Epstein Island facility was not a vacation resort, okay, this wasn't Sandals Resort in wherever the fuck Sandals resorts are, Cabo or wherever. This was there's one small house complex with like 2 rooms in it that you could stay the night. But these celebrities who went there, they didn't have the best racquetball. They didn't have best tennis courts because they had one thing that other places did not have. And it was the facilities to rape and torture children. And the Disney cruises would dock outside of these islands and send people ashore for scuba diving, and the greatest scuba experience you've seen when you also take into account the fact of the Ghislaine Maxwell had a scuba license and a submarine license and a helicopter license. Then you can get into the connection of what was Disney facility about, who started Disney. Well, it comes from Operation Paperclip, and it's a version of our reality, okay? Making everybody think it's a great place to take your kids on vacation, and then when one of your 3 kids goes missing, they'll say, hey, you don't know, no idea where these people, where your kid went. And now people have found that there is secret doorways and passages within the restrooms of Disney. There is the Club 33, which connects to you know who, the Freemasons again, for announcing all of this money stolen by the U.S. aid and billions of dollars here, billions of dollars here. Now, okay, Trump gave a big speech to the House of Representatives or the Senators or something, and it was a big butt fuck nothing burger. They never announce arrests. There's still no Epstein names. There's still no transparency. There's no JFK files. There's no MLK files. There's no Bobby Kennedy files. There's no 9/11 files. There's no Diddy files. There's no arrest. But there is more support and aid to Israel. And, I'm getting tired of just talking about Israel, Israel, Israel. It seems like the grassroots kind of people all know what's going on. But once you get to the government level, they love Israel. You can't say anything because they know they can find or the advertising revenue will end. And it's all a big joke. They had this Ian Carroll character on JRE talking about Israel and oh, it's the good Jews versus the bad Jews, but it's all a bunch of bullshit because in my mind, they want all of this stuff about Israel to come out, excuse me. And once it's out, they will then say, yep, what are you going to do about it? And the people who control the governments and military will do nothing. They're not going to do anything about it because you're either a part of the problem or they're getting financial benefits from this, or they're being blackmailed because they are pedophiles. The Masonic influence in our country is just thicker than ever. Israeli Jewish interference and obligations to these chosen people of Satan is bigger and stronger than ever. If you speak out on it, we're going to delete you. We are going to arrest you and throw you in jail because you questioned these holy priests and holy men and holy people who are constantly caught having sex with children and blackmailing people and murdering people and committing genocide. And hey, you're not supposed to say anything. And Trump and all these people take their pictures and smile, and boy, they just love these Jews. They love Israel. They love everything about them. They want to send them more weapons. And there's not anything we can really do about it except be happy that they lowered your taxes. So now you're still going to be paying for money for Israel, but you're going to, we know you don't want to pay for transgender ICE surgery and whatever else bullshit they are stealing our money to pay for. Who is the culprit? Like we have said in the past, it's Israel and the Jews who surround Israel and worship Israel above all other nations and people. Okay. So now that this information is released, they want to act like, hey, that was a long time ago. No need to even discuss it. It was so long ago. Israel had to assassinate our president, the president of a brighter future, and the president who was going to get rid of secret societies and the Federal Reserve banking system and was going to limit Israel's power and influence. Okay. So Ben Shapiro and all these Jews now are telling everybody, hey, it's no big deal. It was a long time ago. We need to move on. You can't keep talking about the past when every other word out of these people's mouth is Holocaust, Holocaust, Holocaust. Remember the Holocaust. The Jews had to do all this stuff because of the Holocaust and the Holocaust. Man, it was so bad what happened in the Holocaust, and they will not shut the fuck up about the Holocaust. When if you understand the historical record, like I do, you know this is all bullshit. Okay. So what people aren't understanding is the narrative behind World War II is a complete fabrication, just like it is with all wars. All right. The main focal point of war is covering up the existence of the advanced civilization of Tartaria, Tartary, getting rid of the free energy, hiding the underground massive structures that have been uncovered, and how leading these massive wars, whether it's the Soviet Union or the communist Russia or whatever, it's Jews at the top. Okay, this is how this Epstein thing is going to go. They're going to keep dripping it, dripping it, dripping it, because they want the ideas of this Epstein into the minds of the people. Now, if nothing was ever going to happen, which I think there's a lot going on, where they have to tell you what they do on the islands and at the pity parties and things like that. And when the people aren't really outraged, the people don't really care, and have consented to what they do, and they can legalize their behavior. So more and more of these Epstein videos are being released. Well, they have the videos, but they're not releasing them just yet because they are going through the videos to protect the victims. Now, what people are going to find is the victims are all dead. Most of these children who are used as sex objects are killed and harvested for this adrenochrome. So when there's tens of thousands of hours of videos to go through, you have to understand these people are dead. A lot of these victims of this island are dead. They are ritually sacrificed to their demonic, satanic gods and all of their rituals. To touch up, nothing has happened. No one's been arrested. No one seems to be about to be arrested. Nothing is happening. Nothing is going on. And, they're going to put new laws in to stop anti-Semitism. We cannot have people looking into the actions and behaviors of the people who have bought our government, bought every one of our companies, our media, our health companies, our pharmaceutical companies. They run the pornography that degrades society. They're behind the LGBTQ stuff. And when you find out every single time they're Jewish, and every one of these influencers are Jewish, and every single one of these people who are, it's just ridiculous. And Kanye West is going to come out here with his fucking horrible music talking about Heil Hitler and all this shit. Like, what the fuck are we doing here? It's the biggest psyop ever. And people just don't seem to care or understand how much of a fucking psyop all this is. Trying to get you to believe their bullshit. Like Kanye West is going to be a Nazi now. What? What? And it's just, are you, is this some kind of government thing to try to wake people up? As any single one of these fucking people who the news or the media pays attention to, you can fucking avoid them like the fucking plague. To bring to your attention, if you haven't seen it, is my new documentary on human cloning. I've been getting a lot of views and positive responses. And if you haven't seen it, jump over and check out the new video on human cloning. Now, that should really focus people's attention and highlight some of this information that we have uncovered into why the general public people seem to be so non-caring and distant when you try to approach them with this information. Is most likely they have a connection to this human cloning operation, which is why we have so many NPC type people. Is when the population was repopulated, when the world was repopulated after this mud flood, the descendants of these replicated people are these NPC people. And they will never wake up and they will never understand anything that you are saying, ever, because they have no personal consciousness. That's why they are called NPCs. No personal consciousness. They have no inner monologue. They have no thoughts and dreams. They don't dream at nighttime when they go to bed. They're just void shells of people. So Trump is going to sign this big bill, and it supposedly adds like $5 trillion to the U.S. Now, they could probably pay off everyone's debt in this country for like $100 billion. Critical homelessness, everything. You think that little provision is in this new bill where everyone's debt's paid for? You gotta start. Homelessness is going to be ended. All of this deficit will be ended. I don't think so. I think it's going to be pretty much more the same. The secret, they're going to bring up industry in America back. And America is back working, full-time working. You get a job on the weekend, but you're going to have a little bit more money. So that's great. You know, you look back, a single worker in a family unit making enough to buy a 4-bedroom house, a car, college, vacations, a boat, all this stuff. And now, you know, everything is so expensive. There is no golden age unless there is a reset, reevaluation. You have to return to the gold standard because that is the base level for all nations and countries. Gold and silver, land, oil, assets, whatever your assets are, is what your currency is based on. Until we have that, I don't give a fuck if it's 250 years or 6,000 years. Nothing's going to change. We're a slave race to controller people. 1919, the Grand Canyon becomes a national park, which is also a big can of worms. They want government protection from this site, lock it down because of possibly some of the things they learned during World War I. When they come in and claim territory, they get into their secret rooms and stuff and find out secret maps and understanding that the Grand Canyon was possibly Egypt. And everything has been reversed and switched, and no one would ever know because they reset the population. And they reset the information connected to its reset. You have to understand everything to understand anything. Now, the war is brewing and they're going to have more nuclear weapons. This is just the beginning of this massive war. Because if the opposition to this corporate United States, Israel backed bullshit, if you don't stop this right now and end this reign of these satanic elites, it's never going to happen. We're at a tipping point in human civilization where if we don't get into this massive Third World War, which in all these world wars, everyone's a part of the scam. The Allies, the Axis powers, every single person. There is a Jewish aspect to it. There is a Masonic aspect to it. There is some other secret society aspect to it. And you look at the players in the game right now, they're either blackmailed from having sex with children, blackmailed with gay stuff and transgender stuff. They're Jewish, they're Freemasons. And you look at Europe with the Keir Starmer and the French guy with the tranny wife. They're all blackmailed. And then you look at Argentina, ran by that Jewish guy. Mexico, ran by the Jewish lady. Ukraine, ran by a Jewish guy. You've got Benjamin Netanyahu, Jew. You've got Trump wearing a Jew hat, and they're all Jewish and Freemasons and all this shit. It's just, people think they're going to vote their way out of this. And you're not understanding how all these people are together. They're all together, and they're going to get you into war, where then the people go to war and are depopulated and killed. This is the major satanic plan of artificial intelligence. It's the only people who will stop artificial intelligence and Satan are the followers of Jesus Christ. It's not Muslims, it's not Buddhists, it's not Hindus, it's not anyone. It's the followers of Jesus Christ, which are the oppositional force to this satanic artificial intelligence and all this other stuff. Everything they've taught you is a fabrication. It's all lies. So when you have to relearn everything that they taught you, because the enemy of humanity has taught you the version of reality they want you to know, you have to go back and relearn everything. From Christopher Columbus to the dinosaurs to how chemistry works, how science works, how the Bible and biblical events play right into the world we live, and how these demonic people and demonic spirits will possess people and get them to do horrific things. This is what needs to be fully understood. You can't just flip a switch and have this stuff be done. It takes a certain amount of maturity and understanding to be able to process these types of things. That this has been going on for hundreds of years, if not thousands of years. These dark, evil cults sacrificing children, sacrificing their child or their children to Moloch, and firing and burning them to death and all this stuff. This is what these people are involved in. This is what God, if we do not make these arrests, if you do not have justice, and if the people don't care about justice, if they're going to take their comfort over what's right, this is when you get biblical type events taking place throughout our entire realm. All this money they're making, and we're going to get $600. And then case closed, that's it. We gave you $600. You could be happy. Not understanding that we still haven't been compensated for this COVID shit that you ran us through and all the other stuff you've jammed down our throats and extorted our money, and the Federal Reserve people stole all of our wealth. Hundreds of trillions of dollars these people have stolen, keeping us on oil and gas, keeping us on this grid, and just extorting us for our lives. And they're going to give you $600. If you gave people $600 a week, it would take hundreds of years to get our money back. And this is just same old fucking Trump Republican bullshit. They're helping out their party. They're not fucking helping out anyone. They're not helping you at all. Israel bombing hospitals, and they accidentally bomb several hospitals and are killing all these kids, and it was an accident. Okay, oops, sorry, we murdered more women and children. But this is the same thing that the governments around the world have been doing for centuries. You know, it's Israel and their government today. It was America and their Jewish Zionist government in 1850. Okay, it's the same people. They don't give a shit how many kids and women they have to slaughter to get their agendas through, whether it's the native population of anywhere they go, native population of Palestine, native population of America, now the native populations of England, France, Spain, Ireland, Scotland, all the once Tartarian united countries, now completely destroyed by immigration and all this other stuff that they're a part of. I sit back and think, wow, this could be happening. It could be happening. Future is not set. There's no fate of what we make for ourselves. Kyle Reese told us that. All right. Sarah Connor back in the day. So if you know, you know. But there is this force, this unknown force, this satanic black goo, this evil energy. Something is really trying to pull us to believe that the reality of this new world order is undeniable. We have to have carbon tax and carbon credits and save the planet from global warming and the awake and aware people know this is completely bullshit. This is just a fake thing to get more and more control. And it doesn't matter how much you research and prove it's flat and there's so much more land, our carbon emissions wouldn't be a drop in the bucket to the overall idea of this stuff. But it's about control. It's not about helping anyone. I hope we can get this information out and wake people up before that takes place. Okay, what else? The Russian doomsday radio signal sends out a second cryptic signal transmitting to an unknown listener or listeners. Now, this sounds like some over the ice wall kind of communications, signaling to someone to begin their next operation, whatever that is, whether that's the aliens coming and landing or they're everyone's going to be in on it. And when the chips fall where they may, it's just who's going to be left. We're in this very crazy time where any day, any hour, communications will be disrupted and the aliens are coming. And it's going to be very interesting closer we get to these events taking place. Now, personally, I don't really care. I didn't really like Charlie Kirk. He was a super fucking Zionist, pro-Israel guy. Now, yes, he probably said 75% of the shit he said, I agree with. But that little extra pro-Israel bit is what just completely sinks his reputation. Because anyone who's a fucking awake and aware can look at Israel and say, God, I don't support what these people are doing. This is evil, evil shit they're a part of. Not Charlie Kirk, not all the other retards who are making millions of dollars a year. And the only thing is, hey, don't disparage our Israel. We've got to destroy Hamas here. We got to kill every woman and child in Gaza because of Hamas and our Israel. And it's very obvious. And we keep bringing up this Nick Flinface character who is an anti-Israel, and he doesn't see any way that Israel was involved in this shooting at all. How much do you think Nick Flinface makes a year? Easily $2 million, $1.5 million. Not to mention the secret stock options and stuff. The tips on Bitcoin. how much Bitcoin they're going to give you, which is a way of laundering money from child sex trafficking. And that's what the Israelis deal in, is Bitcoin and Federal Reserve banking dollars and all this stuff. So it's very interesting. We are getting closer and closer. Gold is 4,000 an ounce. They're claiming it's going to go to 5,000 by the end of the year, where the Bitcoin and the digital currencies not backed are going to go down to zero. And all these people are still going to think, well, we should, buy the dip. It's going to raise the price again to 150,000, and we're going to make billions of dollars overnight. I wouldn't be so sure. I mean, the people who have been behind assets, metal, are, I think people don't understand how much silver people, gold people, asset people have secretly knowing this big change is going to come. I can't wait for that to happen. And I think we are getting close. But like everything else, we have said this before. The QAnon people have said this before. It's been going on 10 years. Does that mean nothing's happening? No. Does that mean nothing will ever happen? No. Because we are part of a different plan than everyone else. And this is why it's going to split into two different factions. And everyone has free will. You have a choice. Do you want to get with the living and humanity and the golden rule and the golden currency and all that stuff? Or do you want to continue with the debt, the slavery, being the slave master, hoarding the wealth over your neighbors and your family and your friends, and, you know, telling everyone that you worked hard for your money? When you are making secret money from these Freemasons and you've got a bullshit Freemason job and you are a bullshit Freemason person. And we're gonna expose these people to hopefully the point where they all kill themselves would be the ultimate goal if every Freemason killed themselves. Because they know what's coming and they know they can't outrun justice forever. And then they'll have to come to terms with the decisions they made and why they chose to live like they did. Get it for sale on Lulu.com in time for Christmas. Now, on my Patreon, Modern American Gangster on Patreon, I just added my first book, The Great Awakening. So if you go on my Patreon, The Great Awakening, you can either buy a digital PDF download of my Great Awakening book for $9.99, or if you just subscribe to Patreon for a month, you can download it for free. It comes with the Patreon. Now, eventually, I will put the new book on there, and probably this turned out so well putting my slide presentation for my video into a written book. I'm going to go back through some of my past videos and make a book about that. So the demonic entities, aliens, and extraterrestrials, the deep underground military bases, all those I will convert into a book, PDF file, and people can download them, and they'll have all this information on hand. But it's only for the paid Patreon members, so please subscribe on Patreon. Okay, they move into an area, fully collapse it and destroy it, and then they move out, and then they bulldoze it and build their, destroy the old world, they destroy Tartaria. Anything that goes against their bullshit, they have to remove it. And we see this throughout the world where every major war takes place. People move in, cause social, events, racism, cultural problems. They get everyone fighting, and then when war is declared, they fucking get out, go somewhere else. We're getting to that point in America where, the people behind civil rights and racism, it's Jews behind everything, and it's an agenda. Now, whether they're lizard people masquerading as Jews or whatever it is, It's not just these people practice a religion and that's that. It just goes so much crazier and crazier and crazier. If you call these people out, if you are a person who's questioning these people, they just shadow ban you into obscurity. We're talking about. If they're 9/11 people, they talk about 9/11. If they're anti-Jew people, they talk about Jews. That's all they talk about. They're not going to talk about anything else. It's the same conservative type, America first, and then, well, are you America first and also pro-Israel, or are you America first? And you can see how people, when they find their little niche, they stay within the boundaries of that niche.
Hello, you've called Mr. Sockavello. I am not home at the moment, so please leave me a name, number, and your message, and I'll try to call you back as soon as I can. Good day.
Mr. Sockavello, hello. This is Modern American Gangster, hoping to talk with you and converse with you about a couple things. I recently am coming up on the 1 year anniversary of my news and current events video. And we are just kind of coming to the end of the year here at Modern American Gangster Productions. And I wanted to touch bases with you on kind of a year in review. So if you can go ahead and call me back, that would be great. All right, so that is the clips from the news and current events shows that I have done over the past year. I'm hoping that we are allowed to keep going. And this time next year, we will be doing the second anniversary of news and current events, which, it's kind of all on the people. If this hopefully takes off and starts getting a little more popular, I'll be more inclined to create more videos and content. But I'm definitely leaning towards possibly creating a new channel and a new type of show to try to avoid the shadow banning. So I don't know if that means getting a new cell phone number and just completely starting a new page from scratch. That's kind of what I was thinking because I've kind of figured out how to do this more. It'd be nice if I had a specific amount of money set aside to advertise each month to kind of push this forward. Because I don't think you can really build a channel unless you're going to pay weekly cost for advertising because otherwise you just nobody ever sees it. So I got a lot of questions and things I'm going to do coming up in 2026. Ideas, trying to figure out new ways to get this information to catch on. But for right now, the idea is my new show I'm going to do is going to be completely not about conspiracies or any of this stuff that's going on. It's going to be more personal life and pop culture. And, I've got a lot of good ideas coming up that we can maybe try to get a different kind of audience. And, maybe I can get Mr. Sockavello in with that. I got a couple other people or guests I want to bring on in 2026. And I got a lot of good, funny things that are hopefully coming down the road. So it's been 1 year. To recap, if you look at the videos from December of last year and moving into February, it's like the exact same. Nothing's happening. More aid for Israel. Like to recap all of the clips is just Nothing's happening. There's no arrest. There's no money or aid for the people. All we do is support Israel and Ukraine. They just signed another giant billions of dollar packages for Ukraine and Israel and nothing for the people. We don't get anything. We're just slaves to the New World Order. And, it sucks. And I hope by this time next year, we have a little bit more positive things to report on. But as of right now, it's just like prices are higher than ever. There's less money than ever. There's less opportunities than ever. And AI is going to replace everyone's jobs. And it's just, there's no options for us when, a lot of the middle class jobs are going to be off-sold to the immigrants. The upper middle class jobs are going to be replaced by AI. And it's just, there's not much we can do until we can all understand the who's and the whys and how we are kind of in the situation that we're in. So it's been a great year. We've had a lot of good meetings and support from our fans and followers, and a lot of people are, kind of rooting for us to get ahead and to get out because, you know, not many people can put the pieces together and explain it the way that I can because I've done the research the hard way, but I do think people are becoming more accepting of this kind of information. So I do have another documentary coming in the winter or the summer of next year. I'm going to continue the What Really Happened documentary moving into next year. We've got some other smaller specials and documentaries coming. I'm going to do one on Freemasonry and secret societies coming up. There's going to be a season 3 of Mr. Sockavello coming up. That's going to be fun. We've got coming up soon, I'm going to be doing a modern American Gangster Christmas special. So if you like the 4th of July special, it's going to be very similar to that. We're going to be making a lot of Christmassy kind of dishes. We're going to have recipes from Mr. Sockavello. We're going to be having lots of fun stuff coming up. So look for that, around Christmas time. And I hope to see everybody next year. And I hope we can keep doing these for the foreseeable future. So until then, I will see you guys next year for all new stuff, new shows, new content. If I do create a new channel, I will make sure to let everybody know about it. Get yourself a copy of What Really Happened. It's on lulu.com, link below, as well as, try to follow some of my other channels if you can. YouTube, Rumble, BitChute, all the places where you can find the modern American gangster content that you love so much. All right, guys, I love you. Thank you so much. Thank you for following me, and I'll see you next year.
Yeah, hello.
Hello, Mr. Sockavello. Didn't you get my message? How come you didn't call me back?
Have not had time to check messages. I'm very busy right now, catering Christmas events and stuff. So what do you want?
Wow, you are a salty, salty guy. It's supposed to be Christmas.
I don't have time for this. Okay, I am very busy.
Well, if you're too busy, I can always just call you back and talk to you later.
Look, I'm very busy. The holidays are an extremely busy time for my catering business. I don't have time to just fucking bullshit on the fucking phone all goddamn day.
Mr. Sockavillo, I wanted to just shoot the shit, and if you're too busy to talk, then I can just call you back later, or you can call me back when the time is more appropriate for your busy schedule.
Look, I can talk for a minute. I can't talk on the phone for hours at a fucking time. I'm busy. Busy doing things.
Okay, well, quickly, I was wondering if you might be available for the Modern American Gangster end of the year Christmas special I've got coming up very soon.
What kind of things do you need from me?
We would be nice if we could get, a couple Christmas recipes. You don't even have to come over and cook them. Maybe you could just kind of take pictures of what you're preparing for your catering business. Send me some pictures. I'll edit them all together, and we can go from there.
I can do that. That is an acceptable thing that I can do. I've been working on a bunch of recipes for some of my high-end clients, and I can get you some pictures if that's all you need.
Well, that's all I need, but I also need just to talk to my good friend, Mr. Sockavello, see how he's doing. Sounds like you're pretty stressed out over the Christmas season. And you gotta remember, your health comes first. I know you like to make those delicious dishes for your people, and it's a big money-making time of the year, but you gotta remember, family and friends always come first.
You're right. You are absolutely right. And I did get the invitation for the Christmas party that you're having. I will be attending that. So I'm hoping we could have some drinks and some laughs. No alcohol for me because I am a recovering addict. So
Yes, well, maybe just a few small drinks. What about champagne?
maybe one glass. I don't like to overdo it because of my alcoholic tendencies.
All right, no problem. I've got sparkling grape juice here. You can have all the sparkling grape juice that you want. No problem there.
Good, good, good. What else? What else?
I want to start thinking about season 3 of Mr. Sockavello coming in 2026. Cooking with Mr. Sockavello, excuse me, that's going to be coming up very soon. So I hope you got some good recipes for that.
This year it's going to be a little different because I'm going to need $500 per recipe for cooking stuff and things like that.
Okay, I'm going to tell the bosses upstairs that you're going to need $500 per recipe. But I can just tell you, you're not going to get it. But we can hope, I guess.
Need to be getting paid here. All right, I am burning the candle at both ends, trying to get these cooking recipes going. Tired of this shit. Money, money, money. See?
Yes, we all need money, money, money. I get that. But people love to see your adorable face whenever you're doing your cooking, and they love to hear your adorable voice. So you've got to sometimes give back to your fan, or you're going to lose them.
I don't give two shits about any of these fucking morons. I'm done.
All right, Mr. Sockavello, you're clearly stressed out because it's Christmas time, and I will forgive you, okay? I forgive you, and the fans will forgive you. They know how stressed out you are at Christmas time due to your uh, cooking job that you got, your catering business.
You're right. Probably got to calm down a bit, but I will get you those pictures of the Christmas dishes that I am working on.
All right, that sounds great. Whose celebrity's house are you going to this week to do work?
Right now, I'm doing John Goodman's cousin's brother's fiance's Christmas party. That's going to be tonight. And then next week, I'm going to be working with Ray Romano. Absolutely.
Yeah, Ray Romano. Yeah. Do you like that? That's my Ray Romano impersonation. Oh, look at me, I'm Ray. My car is cool. Yeah, yeah, I like sports.
That was actually sounds just like him. I should, you should be a professional Ray Romano impersonator.
Yeah, I like sports. Oh, my parents are crazy.
That sounds exactly like that motherfucker. He is a dopey fuck, you know?
No, I know. But I wouldn't do that in front of them, of course. But it's pretty funny stuff. I love that you have all these celebrity clients that you work for.
Yeah, working all kinds of jobs. Yesterday I was at John Stamos's third cousin's house doing a sautéing some sea bass for his Christmas party.
Sauteed sea bass. That doesn't sound very good.
I made it and it was fantastic. John Stamos's brother's cousin loved it. Everything I cook, they love. They always want me to come over and cook more shit. I'm tired of it. I'm gonna cook myself a fucking something and go fuck off by myself or something. I'm done.
All right, Mr. Sockavello, I know it's a stressful time during the Christmas season. You're very booked solid. So I'm going to let you go. Maybe we can talk another day on your day off if you get a day off before the end of Christmas.
All right, I will see you at the Christmas party coming up. Call me or text me to let me know if I can bring anything, or if you just want me to show up with my adorable face and my adorable cooking of the recipes that I am known for.
Okay, that sounds good. I'll talk to you later. And I just wanted to make sure you will be coming to the Christmas party and that if you wanted to get in on this Modern American Gangster Christmas special coming up.
Okay, I will get that for you, and I will talk to you later.
All right, Mr. Sockavello, have a good day and don't stress out too much, okay?
All right, bye.
What really happened? 1865 to 1925. The lost story of our realm. Resets, revolution, and the reimagination of reality. This book or collected research will attempt to re educate you into the ideas surrounding alternate theories of our past, mainly focusing on what really happened. We examine the evidence and ideas connecting to our story backed by fact. If we look at our history as a timeline of events, we see many discrepancies surrounding the old world, the people, the architecture, the technology, and the accounting of our past. We see the remnants of a lost, highly advanced civilization known as Tartary or Tartaria. The old world, biblical trees, giant people and architecture, the mud flood and the great fires, and old world high technology, and more. Over 600 pages of research and information you can use to free yourself from the controllers. Available only on lulu.com. Click the link below. When you see the world differently, everything changes. Order your copy today so you have it in time for Christmas. An amazing gift for the researcher in your life. Thank you all and Merry Christmas.